If you have a leaking or dripping shower, this is how to replace a Delta RP19804 cartridge to fix it. One, we're going to want to shut off the water. Next, we want to open up a faucet to allow the water to drain from the line. Now let's remove the cap from the shower knob. And behind the cap is a screw that you will need to remove to take the knob off. Once you take the knob off, you will want to pull the metal sleeve off. Next, we'll want to remove the bonnet nut. In order to do this, you will use a pair of channel lock pliers. Before removing the cartridge, note the orientation of the capital H for the hot water. You will need to know where this is when you install the new cartridge to make sure that it aligns and it is installed in the same way. Pull the cartridge out. If it's stuck, you can use a flathead screwdriver to gently pry it loose. Now we'll want to remove the mineral buildup that's inside this pipe. You will want to use white vinegar and a rag to help break it down. And you will use a toothpick or a flathead screwdriver to help scrape away any built up mineral. If you're going to use a screwdriver, make sure you do not push hard because you do not want to damage or create grooves in this pipe as it will create leaks. Next, we're going to want to clean the debris from the line. In order to do this, you can stuff a rag into that pipe, hold it in place tightly while somebody else turns the water line back on for about 5 seconds, and then shut it back off. Now it's time to install the new cartridge. I would highly recommend getting the genuine Delta part, as I have used a couple of the knockoff brands that have failed within weeks of installing it. You will want to look for that H that is printed onto the cartridge and line that up with how you noted the orientation earlier from removing the old one. Now make sure that triangle lines up with the notch that is in the pipe, and it will take a little bit of force to get that in place. So wiggle that around while you apply pressure. And once that's locked in place, put the bonnet nut back on and use your channel lock pliers to tighten it just a little bit. And then you will put the sleeve on, followed by the knob. Now turn the water back on. Now let's test by turning the tub back on for about 30 seconds. The leak should now be resolved. If you are still having leaking issues after all of this, then the chances are the rubber seal inside the cartridge was damaged during the install. There could still be leftover mineral buildup that didn't get removed. The cartridge itself could be faulty, or worst case scenario, it's the pipe that is either warped or damaged, which will have to be replaced. If this helped, consider subscribing for more DIY projects.